Hey guys, it's Savannah. Welcome back to my channel and let's get crafting. Okay, so for this first DIY, I wanted to show you this part because I end up using this red heart on two things. I got this from Dollar General for $1. I originally was gonna do something else, that's why that little thing is right there, but I hated it. So I took this heart, I took everything off of it, and I went in and gave it a good coat of Waverly ivory chalk paint. You guys, I am slacking. I need to go buy some more paint. I am like using these down to the barrels and I've just been putting off. So I made it work though. But I just gave this heart a good coat. I think I ended up doing 2, I'm pretty sure. Then while that is drying, you're gonna take one of these little house things. I got this from Dollar Tree. It like keeps the date of every month and stuff. And I just started by trying to like remove the house. I took the blocks out because they were kind of sliding everywhere. And it honestly came off super simple. And then I just wanted to clear out all the black paper and keep that house, set that house to the side because you never know when you're gonna need a house, you know? Okay, you can tell I'm a little rusty. But yeah, so then once you get all that off, I did sand down a little bit of the edges so you couldn't tell that it was stuck on something before, and then I just set that to the side. Now, once my heart was dry, I did go back over again with some more of the ivory chalk paint, and then I wanted this to be a little bit rustic for my taste. Again, you guys can obviously leave the heart red if you wanted to, or paint it pink. But I just went with white to match like my farmhouse decor. I'm going in with my chippy brush, and I'm just, honestly, you guys know I never have like a rhyme or reason for how I distress. I just get it to where sometimes I go on the edges, sometimes I go over the whole thing, and right here I'm going over the whole thing. And then I end up going back over it again with just dry brushing with that white, just to kind of smooth everything out and make the distressing not look so harsh. Then once my heart was dry, I kind of held the block up to where I wanted it to sit, and I went on the sides of the heart just because I didn't want it to look like this girl doesn't care about the sides. And I didn't want it to look like paint drip down, so I kind of just made that all blend in. And then I put some hot glue on the back of that little square, and I am doing it diagonal to the heart so that the heart stands up with the square because you couldn't do it any other way. And then I just hold that for a second, obviously, Savannah. And then I liked the bow that came on this heart, but I felt like I needed to, I don't know, maybe add some Valentine's color. So I'm taking this ribbon. I got this from Dollar General, and I believe it was $1. And I am just cutting like a piece off. And then I always, if I have a thick ribbon and I'm making an expo, most of the time I cut that in half. And then I lay that in X formation, and then I take some raffia just to add a little, you know, extra something. And then I take some jute and I tie that all together. Then once I had that how I wanted, I took some hot glue and I put it at the corner of the heart, but if it's sitting upright, it's at the top of the heart. And then I glue that on, and then I put some more glue in the middle of that bow, and I place the original bow on top of that in the middle. And then I ended up like, I guess, diagonally cutting the red ribbons. You can dovetail them, whatever you want to do. And then once that dried, I put the blocks back in there. And if you guys wanted to like take the square back off and use these blocks for different things, you totally could. It doesn't have to stay strictly for Valentine's Day, but for $1, I think that this absolutely turned out so cute. I put it in my bathroom on a shelf. That's why the lighting is different right here, and I love how it turned out. Hey guys, did y'all miss me? Because I missed the heck out of you guys. I wanted to pop on here, not pop on here like I'm a celebrity or nothing, but I just wanted to show my face, wish you guys a happy new year. I hope that you guys had a great Christmas. I enjoyed the break, but I will say that I am super excited to be back. This month I am doing a lot. I have a lot of collabs with some amazing DIYers. Also, this week at 7 p.m. on Saturday, I'm going to be on the Leanie and Nadia show. And if you guys missed that last year, we don't speak about last year anymore, well, you're in for a treat. And it's a live show, and we're doing a craft, and you don't know what you're doing. They kind of just tell you, or I think Nadia tells you. And I work great under pressure, so it should be fun. Don't forget to tune into that. I will remind you guys as we get a little closer to the weekend. But other than that, Happy New Year, and let's get back into the video. For our next Valentine's DIY, I am taking this Dollar Tree cross. It's in like the wood section, and I just start by giving it a coat of that Ivory Waverly chalk paint. And you don't really have to be, like, you don't have to do 2 coats on this because the wood is already so light. But I wanted it to be white, like Farmhouse, I guess. You know, Farmhouse can be anything, I feel like. But I feel like mostly it's white and black. So, yeah, I just go over the cross. And then for the base, I kind of wanted that to stand out. So I took some of the antique Waverly wax, and I always use like an old t-shirt or fabric to stain things. And I just stained the base of this cross. Then once that was dry, I'm taking my little chippy brush, and I am taking some antique Waverly chalk paint, and I'm kind of just distressing. Again, you guys, I don't have a technique. I just go until I find a distressing liking of my choice. Like I said, sometimes I just do the sides, sometimes I do the whole thing. In this case, I did do the whole thing, and I went back over and kind of just played with the paint and sanded it down until I got a distressing of my liking. Next, I am taking these Grapevine hearts. You guys, it has been torture being out of town and seeing people find these, and I was so afraid I wasn't going to be able to find them when I got back, but I did. These are from Dollar Tree, and I was so excited to work with this. I am also taking some of this, I don't know, Grapevine beaded garland. This was back from Christmas time, but I'm sure I haven't seen it yet. Dollar Tree will have some red ones out for Valentine's Day. And I'm just going through and I'm just weaving that through it. Geez, Savannah, can you speak today? Just, you know, wrapping it around the heart. Then once that was done, I just hot glued this heart onto, what am I doing here? I guess I'm just admiring it. And then I just hot glue the heart onto the cross. And I think this is so simple. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but this is probably my favorite from today, just because it is simple. And you could honestly keep this out year round because, I mean, who doesn't love Jesus? Am I right? And I love it. I think this is so cute, super, 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 super cute. And so yeah, let me know what you guys think. So this DIY was kind of just on a whim. I found this at a thrift store. for like $2, and you can tell it's from the Target dollar spot for $3. So I'm not sure when this came out, or yeah, or if you can still find them, but you can always find birdhouses. And I loved the simplicity of this. Wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, so I started by painting the top of it red. And I just went in and just gave the top a really good coat. Again, I still wanted to keep this farmhouse, so I'll show you what I did in a sec. Then once that was dry, I just started sanding the top of it, you know, distressing the sides, not distressing, but sanding down the sides so it looked distressed. And that's it. And on this day, I got 2 birdhouses, but I'm absolutely in love with the second one. So that will be in a future video. I just want it to be year-round decor. But because this had a heart, I thought it would be super cute to do it for Valentine's Day. So let me know what you guys think. Now, moving on to our 4th DIY. I'm going to be using this heart. This came on the red heart at the beginning of the video, and I didn't use it. So, you know, we got to put it in something. But I found this jar at Dollar Tree. I've seen people use kind of these jars, but this one was textured on this side, almost like basket woven texture. And I thought that was super cool. So I saw it and I knew I wanted to do something. And I just started by giving it a good coat of the Ivory Waverly chalk paint. Then once that was somewhat dry, because I have zero patience, I am taking that brush that I used to paint the top of the birdhouse. It still had some like red residue on it. And I'm kind of just dry brushing over this. Now, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I just like flew by the seat of my pants with this. I knew I kind of had an idea, but as far as paint colors and textures, I just kept pounding them in there. Then I took my little chippy brush with some antique Waverly wax, and I went over that as well. Just distressing this jar. There's really not much to it. Once I felt like I got it to a point that I liked, I am taking some jute in that heart, and I am stringing that through, and then I am going to tie that to the top of the jar. Make sure you tie a really good knot. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know how to explain that any further. Just tie it to the top of the jar. Then I just took some raffia and I tied a little bow kind of on top of the heart because I did tie that around the jar kind of pretty tight. And then you only need 1 strand of raffia, because if you've been watching me, you can make 1 strand go far by just taking the ends and splitting them, making it look like you used a lot more than you did. And it does save raffia, raffia is not that expensive, but always down to save some money. So then I just kind of went back over this just a little bit, and then I end up taking my little finger sander and just kind of sanding over those where it's raised. And then some of the glass kind of shows through, and I felt like this gave it a really, really cool look. You could also, I'm going to probably put this in like my guest bathroom downstairs, put some like cotton balls, anything. You could put anything in here. And so, yeah. And here is a look at her when she's all finished. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so happy to be back to DIYing, and I will see you next time.